Baldur Gate 3 to get crossplay, 12 new subclasses, and photo mode next year. Larian Studios might be done with Baldur's Gate 4 or with any potential Baldur's Gate 3 DLCs, but it is not done at all with the base game. After Update 7, which added mod tools and a mod manager as well as evil endings and much more, the team is already back with a new community update that outlines what's coming to Baldur's Gate 3 next year. As it turns out, it's a lot. The game will be updated to include cross-play multiplayer between all platforms, and Larian is also adding 12 new subclasses and the long-requested photo mode. To access the crossplay functionality, you must register for a Larian account, as shown in the screenshot below. From a gameplay standpoint, the 12 new subclasses are by far the more interesting addition. There will be one for each class, as outlined below by the developer. Bard, College of Glamour. As a College of Glamour Bard, you'll have the power to heal friends and command enemies in equal measure. Cast Mantle of Inspiration to bestow your allies with 5 temporary hit points. And should an enemy attack while it is cast, they'll find themselves charmed. Play your hand correctly and you'll be able to use this to your advantage with Mantle of Majesty. Target charmed enemies and you can command them to flee, move closer, freeze, drop to the ground, or drop their weapon. Barbarian, Path of Giants. Opt for the Path of Giants, and your newfound giant strength will make it easier for you to eat friend and foe alike. Forget jugging potions to pump those muscles. These barbarians benefit from the Giant's Rage passive that grants both strength and size, allowing you to deal additional damage with throw attacks. Pockets weighing you down? Not for you and your increased carry capacity. Cleric, Death Domain. As a Cleric of Death in Baldur's Gate 3, you'll find a few dark new tricks up your sleeves, from spells that specialize in necrotic damage to 3 new necromancy cantrips. This includes Toll the Dead, a cantrip that causes 1/8 damage when your cleric rings the bell of impending doom, a number that scales if your target has already been damaged. We've also added the homebrewed ability to explode nearby corpses, damaging enemies. Druid, Circle of Stars. These druids look to the stars for answers, taking on one of 3 starry forms for their power, the constellations of the Archer, Chalice, and Dragon. Each one favors a different playstyle and strategy, the Archer dealing radiant damage with astral arrows, the life-giving Chalice restoring hit points to you and others nearby, and the Wise Dragon, allowing you to deal damage with an added bonus to Constitution rolls. The starry forms offer not just a celestial aesthetic but practical, powerful options to enhance your role as a healer, fighter, or strategist. Paladin, Oath of the Crown. You've been sworn to uphold the principles of law. Stay true to your oath and you'll be rewarded with the power to aid your allies and disrupt your foes. Guide your companions in Baldur's Gate 3 battles with righteous clarity, taunt enemies with strategic interrupts, and keep your party standing strong with divine allegiance, absorbing their damage while restoring their health. Fighter, Arcane Archer. Mastering the dual arts of magic and marksmanship. The Arcane Archer subclass offers unique skills on top of new shooting animations. Banish foes to the field, removing them from the battlefield for a turn, or unleash psychic damage that forces enemies to make a wisdom saving throw or be blinded until the start of their next turn. Monk, Drunken Master. Putting the brew in homebrew. As the Drunken Master, you have the ability to consume alcohol straight from your inventory, as well as drink from bottles you see around the Sword Coast, in order to recover ki. By sharing the bottle with your enemies using Intoxicating Strike, you'll generate a buff towards your armor class and your chance to hit drunk targets. Drunk enemies are also susceptible to the Drunken Master's other abilities, like Sobering Realization, which sobers up drunk targets, dealing physical and psychic damage. Ranger, Swarmkeeper. The Swarmkeeper subclass provides Baldur's Gate 3 Rangers with 3 kinds of deadly swarms to assist them in combat. The Cloud of Jellyfish deals extra lightning damage, potentially shocking your enemy. The Flurry of Moths deals psychic damage, giving you the potential to blind your enemy. The Legion of Bees deals piercing damage and forces the enemy to make a strength saving throw or be knocked back 15 feet. Each swarm also has the ability to provide you with teleportation capabilities. Rogue, Swashbuckler. This rogue subclass introduces a range of new actions fit for the piratical life. Play dirty by tossing sand at enemies to blind them. Flick your weapon at a target to disarm them. Or use your new fancy footwork passive while meleeing your enemy to ensure they can't make opportunity attacks against you for the rest of your turn. Sorcerer. Shadow magic. As a shadow magic sorcerer, you deal in a form of magic that makes you deadliest in darkness. This subclass gives its sorcerer superior dark vision, as well as the ability to shadow walk between places of dim light or darkness. It also lets you call forth the perfectly homebrewed Hound of Element to harass your foes, and use Strength of the Grave to prevent you from being downed, ideal for those attempting honor mode runs. Warlock. Hexblade. Hexblade warlocks in Baldur's Gate 3 make a pact with an entity from the Shadowfell that manifests in the form of magical weapons. Curse your enemies and force their souls to do your bidding. Slay any enemy that isn't generally an element of nature, construct, giant blob, or already dead, and you'll be able to raise their spirit from their corpse for 10 turns. This new summon can deal necrotic damage and will rip away a chunk of your enemy's soul to provide your Hexblade warlock with healing. Wizard. Bladescending. The Bladescending subclass merges swordplay with wizardry. Expect new spellcasting animations when casting spells with your weapon, a new Bladesong ability to grant you supernatural speed, agility, and focus, plus gives you a bonus to any Constitution saving throw you make. Perhaps it is not so surprising that Larian continues to improve Baldur's Gate 3. After all, the game was played more in 2024 than in 2023. Still, this is likely to be one of the very last significant updates. Fans of the series will then have to wait and see which new partner Wizards of the Coast will pick to continue the franchise after this smash hit success.